So I just got in this brand new 2023 Forest River Wildwood, model number 27RK. Unloaded vehicle weight as it currently sits is 7,101 pounds, making it towable by most half tons found on the market today. And I felt like now's a good time to grab the camera to show you that there is a little squat on the 1500, hitch weight of 755 pounds, but overall the truck handled it quite nicely, bringing it down from our other location. But if you happen to be one of those type of people that stop over at rest stations and you want to gain access maybe to the fridge or your restroom, or maybe even a Walmart parking lot to restock your fridge without letting the slide out, and unfortunately you're not going to be able to do so. But this is a 12-volt slide system and it's very easy to operate. Just by simply pressing of this toggle switch here, the slide will go out all the way, or you can let it out just partially to gain access to the fridge to assist you with maybe smaller, tighter areas where you can't really let the slide out all the way. But be sure to check the link found down into the description, taking you back to our website where you can view more additional photos of each one of the makes and models that we carry. If you're new here, we welcome you to the channel. Continue to show your support by leaving your feedback in the comment section down below, and let's get started. So the model you're going to be viewing today is a 2023 Forest River Wildwood, model number 27RK. The RK stands for rear kitchen, so the kitchen's all the way in the back and the main bedroom's all the way in the front. As it currently sits, you've got a dry weight of 7,101 pounds with a gross vehicle weight rating closer to 7,900 pounds. And I messed up. In the beginning of the video, I said it has a hitch weight of 755 pounds, and it's really 955 pounds. So I was a little bit off. This model is going to be 33 feet, 6 inches of total length, and I'm going to provide you with an estimated 14, almost 15 feet of walking space found in your main living / kitchen area. No tint found on any of the windows in the Wildwood model, but all the window treatments are trimmed out with a gray roller shade and a valance found on most. But I felt like I wanted to go ahead and pan around the room with all the blinds open just to give you guys an idea of how much sunlight that the Wildwood would definitely provide you with. But we're going to go ahead and close those now. Sometimes natural sunlight is a good thing, but there are times when you're trying to make a video of a very tight space where reflections and just a lot of too much natural sunlight can be a bad thing. But tell me your thoughts down below. What do you think of all the different windows found on the rear kitchen layout? The ceiling height inside the coach is 6'8". That's one thing that I like the most, considering I'm almost 6'2". Lots and lots of headroom, lots of separation between the living and the kitchen. Lots of counter space also. So the model you're looking at is not going to have any carpet in it. Last year's model had some carpet found in the slide. This year they've replaced the carpet with more of a woven material, which is typically found on some higher grade boats. They've also provided you with several food safe containers underneath this bifold sleeper sofa. This lets down into a smaller sleeper, maybe for a smaller adult or maybe a couple of toddlers, as well as the booth over here will lay flat. But there's also something rather interesting about the way this dinette works. The back is removable, and I can turn this whole entire thing into one long continuous sleeper, giving you maybe sleeping room possibly for 3 here in the living room. I'll also turn it into another different arrangement as we go through the coach, and I'll pop back in and just let you get another look at it momentarily. The countertops inside the Wildwood are what I call a pressed membrane countertop. This is just a hard heated plastic. It's wrapped over the material, which prevents it from swelling in the event that it ever makes contact with water. Your sink is going to be a 50-50 undermount sink with a residential faucet. The backsplash material goes from here all the way around, and it actually makes contact with the bottom of the cabinet, which is rather nice. Some other makes and models, they'll only put it at least 12 inches high. They don't seem to give you the full effect. 4 cabinets on the top with 4 pull-outs on the bottom. This cabinet here is going to be trimmed out with a glass, kind of a gray smoke tint. your appliances. Let's take a look at this. Your Greystone oven, about your standard size that you find inside of an RV. Maybe room here for a pan of biscuits or a smaller pizza. 3 burners on the top. In relation to size, there's my hand. And if you need more counter space, they also include this little glass cover, giving you just a little bit more prepping space. Average Hill refrigerator, that's 11 cubic foot. It is a 12 volt fridge, so its main power source is going to be the battery. This model is also going to be solar prepped. So if you decided to do some upgrades later down the line, like maybe adding that solar panel to the roof, the wiring is already done. But of course, that's just going to be to keep the house battery charged. There's going to be no built-in inverter sending over power to certain outlets. Coming around, I'm going to go ahead and head up to the front, but first let's go over the entertainment area. Electric fireplace produces right at 5,000 BTUs of heat. You got a Furrion soundbar with zones 1 and 2 for maybe for inside and outside speakers. But this is something different. Notice the reflection. Last year you could see just about completely through the fireplace. I don't like the mirrored look. What are your thoughts? And if you wanted to mount a TV, there's a TV backer sticker here. Maybe upwards of a 55, maybe 60-inch television could be easily mounted. I felt like before I moved to the front of the coach, I needed to go over the living area a little bit more in detail, pointing out the fact that this coach can be arranged to a couple of different sleeping arrangements, from turning just the booth down to even laying the bifold sleeper sofa down over here. So either that a sleeper, that could be a sleeper, or like I said, you can turn the couch into just one long continuous sofa. But for older guys like myself, maybe I don't want to have to deal with letting all this out. Your recliners over here, they will lay flat quite nicely, providing you with maybe sleeping room for 1 or even 2. The window shades that I have opened up slightly, those will be the breeze windows found in the rear kitchen model. So you can create quite a nice cross breeze, especially with the colder temperatures of fall just right around the corner. And speaking of cooling, this camper is going to be cooled with 2 Coleman Mach air conditioners. One found here in the living room. This one's going to be ducted all the way throughout the coach, so you'll find these vents throughout the ceiling here, your bathroom, as well as in the bedroom. But the bedroom's going to have its own air conditioner, but we'll discuss that once we move our way to the front. Let's look at the bedroom area now. So something different that they did from last year is going to be the mattress. Last year you had about a queen size mattress. This here is in relation to size almost a king, but they've had to cut off the corner of the mattress to give you room to close the door. So your fitted sheet here, that is a king size sheet. So when it comes to buying sheets, just keep that in mind. But typically this is the first thing to go when it comes to most of my RV customers. The mattresses, they tell me they aren't the best, and that's the first thing that gets upgraded. Coming around, you do have 2 hanging type closets found on each side. They are CPAP friendly with a cutout. You'll have 110 and a USB charger found on both sides of the bed. Hanging rod, additional closet space. 2 Coleman Mach air conditioners. This one here would just be dumping all the air conditioning found in this bedroom here. Let's come around and look underneath the bed. Lots of additional store space underneath the bed, and I can lift that up with those hydraulic cylinders to assist. Kind of a laundry chute, laundry hamper with a net. And this is going to be, let me get spun around. There we go. Your bedroom closet. Additional closet gives you all that additional space. Those are really nice to have. Most of the time travel trailers of this size will not have a second closet, or sometimes a closet in general. Your bathroom area, this is really nice. So again, ceiling height inside the camper is 6'8". You've got right at a 4, maybe a 5-inch step up to get into this 2-piece plastic shower. Additional headroom with a skylight. Your toilet is going to be a plastic foot flush toilet, corner mounted. And in order to get to the bathroom sink, I'm going to have to come in the bathroom and close the door. Kind of a residential look with your bathroom vanity, plastic sink, Your medicine cabinet provided also. Look at the backsplash, how they run it all the way. That's really nice. And this is going to be your linen closet here. Kind of a full radius shower. Notice the bar on the top. Shower curtain, kind of a plastic material. I do recommend leaving that in the open position once you're finished showering to give it a chance to dry. So the last arrangement for the universal dinette is what I call the L-shaped arrangement. It gives you the available option to possibly recline a third person. So 1, 2, 3 people comfortably watching television or just relaxing after a long day out on the water. But one thing to keep in mind though, if you decide to arrange it this way, you will lose some sitting at the table, but that's to be expected though when you're moving the back from one side to the next. But of course this is a couples coach, so there's still room for a couple to enjoy their supper, their dinner, their breakfast with an amazing view, and of course still being within direct line of sight of the television. But I'm curious to know your thoughts on this brand new 2023 Wildwood 27RK. Leave me some thumbs up if you liked what you've seen so far. Tell me your comments down below. All your interactions with the video, they help out more than you guys know. A date and time of making the video, MSRP of $51,341. For pricing and availability, be sure to check the link found down in the description, which takes you back to my website, so you can also view more additional photos as well. If this is where you end your video, go ahead and leave me a thumbs up. We're going to go ahead and head outside and go over some of the outside features now, such as the outdoor camp kitchen. Really nice overall floor plan for a couple to get out, not to spend a lot of money on something, just to get you started. But it also provides you with several nicer features that make setting up and even tearing down a lot easier, such as an electric tongue jack, electric stabilizers on the front and in the rear, and something that should be mandatory for the hotter temperatures here in Mississippi, those second air conditioner already installed. So this camper is going to come in at 33 feet 6 inches total length, 11 feet 3 inches to the highest point. So if you're going to build some sort of structure, go ahead and just go with a 14 foot, because that's going to cover you later if you decide to go ahead and upgrade down the road to something bigger. That 14-foot door is going to cover both. But again, this camper is going to be stabilized from 2 sets of electric stabilizers. Each will have their own independent switch, and these will only go down so they feel a certain amount of pressure before it completely cuts off, on which it just did so there. Here's a shot of your pass-through storage compartment, which I showed you from the inside. That's the queen bed, or should I say king, that lifts up, and that removable laundry hamper. I'm not quite sure what I would utilize this for, but there is a dry erase board. Maybe you can make a checklist of different things you need to bring along, like sewer lines, water lines, chemicals. Just a nice place to keep things organized again. Right at a 1/2 inch thick baggage door, and they are held up with a magnetic clip. Tongue jack on the front makes hooking up to your truck a lot easier. You also have the bigger propane bottles as well. And I like when manufacturers do this. This is what I call a plug buddy. Good place to keep the 7-pin connector out of the dirt whenever it's not in use. And another good place to keep your chains. Keeps everything. Usually when you go to dealerships, you'll find these tossed over the tongue, or some people even leave them down in the dirt. I don't find that professional. I don't find it clean. The military in me keeps things a little bit organized. This is going to be the other pass-through side of the front pass-through compartment. A little bit smaller door. That's going to be the right at 25-foot 50-amp power cord. LED light. Wired for solar, so again, it's solar prepped. All the connections that you need to upgrade, maybe for a solar panel, they're already on the roof. But that's just going to send over a charge to the house battery. No outlets inside will be controlled from that solar. Sewer connections found over here. Gray handles, black handles. Only one sewer connection, which makes things a little bit easier whenever you're hooking up and tearing things down. This is going to be your city water connection, your black tank flush as well. Rack and pinion slide, fully enclosed underbelly. This is also a heated underbelly. These new 4x8 sheets, these plastic sheets here, replace the old piece of cardboard that they used to utilize. Makes things a lot easier if you have to get underneath the coach and do some maintenance. I'm not saying you're gonna have to, but someone will eventually, and it makes things a lot easier. No tint found on the windows, but the the gray shades have the high white back. It will definitely help reflect some of the heat. There's your 50 amp power cord. Also your cable connections if you want to hook up cable to your coach. Again, it's a stick and tin unit, which just means it's a metal siding camper with a wooden structure. You're not going to have a rear mounted ladder, but they give you the component maybe to add that later. It would just simply hook on and retract or extend. You do have a 4x4 tubular bumper. Nice place to store your sewer lines once you're finished camping, and especially whenever you only have one to deal with, it makes things that much easier. Good place to keep all those. Let's come around and take a look at your camp kitchen. Good angle from the back. 20-foot awning, white in color. There are LED lights found underneath it. They run the entire length of the awning material. We've got a 6-gallon gas or electric water heater. That's the exhaust for the 30,000 BTU furnace. Outdoor camp kitchen. One thing to talk about though is this Everchill fridge. If you find yourself going down the road and maybe you want to stop for a drink, and everybody thinks, well, the fridge inside works, doesn't this one? No. Well, maybe, depending on which make and model you go with, but not this one. There is no inverter built in, but the fridge inside is a 12-volt fridge. This is not. The camper must be plugged into that shore power in order for this fridge to work. Suburban Griddle, this hooks to the propane, and Wildwood also provides you with a nice long sprayer. This is the spray port where the spray hose connects to, and right now I've just got it extended up here on the awning to keep it up out of the way. So only cold water, but that's not bad considering what you're going to be doing over here. A lot of cooking and a lot of prep. You do have outdoor speakers. Those are also going to have like a blue LED light lit in the back of those when they are turned on. This is your TV connections found over here underneath that larger window. Check out the steps, more ride steps. These flip up and inside the door. They have the nicer, easier adjustable legs with a larger platform to assist with making that final transition inside the door. But I'm curious to know your feedback. Tell me down below what you think of this brand new 2023 Forest River Wildwood. Leave me some thumbs up. They always do help. Continue to like and subscribe. Come see us.